Our next speaker tonight is Manuel Garber. Manuel's speech objective is Your Body Speaks. It's using stance, movement, gestures, facial expressions, and eye contact to express the message and achieve the speech purpose. This Manuel speech is called the problem of CO2 emissions. Without further ado, I will invite Manuel to the stage. Please welcome Manuel to the stage.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters. Yeah, there must be some clubs in the world that are probably wearing a real mask because the air in their city is probably that polluted. So I hope the politicians, as Lenny mentioned, are not going to carry on messing up the situation. And I believe that, yes, the politicians are not getting it right because the scientists have already proved beyond any doubt that the CO2 emissions are far too high. The American Space Administration publishes a daily graph of their measurements with the satellites, and in the last 10 years it's been going just like that, and it's going further and further. Politicians keep on saying, no, maybe it's not, it's a natural phenomenon. Well, we can see it's not a natural phenomenon. So in a way, I really don't care about the global warming as such, because the biggest problem is what we saw in Beijing in the news a few weeks ago. They declared a 5-day red alert. Why all the children had to go in rooms where they had clean air. It was impossible to breathe. Why? Because they reached an index of 500, which is a measurement of the quality, I think it's called AQI, which is the air quality index. And the accepted index by the World Health Organization is 25. So imagine 25. So 25, let's assume it's like smoking 25 cigarettes a day would be safe enough to survive. Now they're pumping 500 cigarettes in the guy's mouth in one day. So you've got no option but to get your lungs packed with the emissions of the cars, which is mainly the CO2, and of course the CO2 becomes that main element that is obviously contributing to the global warming. So what should politicians be doing? They should be concentrating on 6 countries, because there's only 6 culprits, believe it or not, of this horrible situation, which is really bad. It's bad. 6 countries: number 1, China; number 2, United States; number 3, India. Between the 3 of them, 50%, that means half of your whole contamination is just those 3 countries. And another 15%, or another 3 countries, which is Russia and Japan and Germany. Russia, Japan, Germany. Those 3 countries. So the 6 countries, Russia, Japan, Germany, China, United States, and India, they are polluting 66% of our atmosphere. So they are killer countries in certain ways, because they are doing, imagine, the other 200 countries only contribute this little bit to our destruction. What can we do? There's many solutions. One, the bicycle. Sure, it's not an easy solution. It's not going to solve the world problem. Yes, we can come to Toastmasters by bicycle instead of by car, and that is not the problem. So there are many other ways to avoid this. We don't have to burn always the fossil fuels. We don't have to burn coal and oil. We can use windmills. they kill bird life, there's other problems, but of course it's a solution in the meantime. There are other solutions, the hydroelectric dams we build, but of course that energy has first the dam has to be filled, then the whole thing has to be going to turn a wheel, and then the energy has to be transported. So they're not thinking of integrated solutions where we can do it all in one. And there are others, there's nuclear energy, and there is probably many other ways of producing cleaner energy. But the only one that the politicians and scientists are concentrating already on it is the one single thing that happens every day. Now it's about to set the sun. The sun is about to set, it's still light, there's still energy coming. Every day, without any fail, the 24 hours is divided in about 2 on average, and we get out 12 hours of sunshine, whether we like it or we don't like it. It's consistent, it's predictable, it's everywhere in the world. So, luckily, some people have already taken action, and they're harnessing the power of the sun. A couple of weeks ago, this company Tesla, I hope they'll achieve it, because of course they've done their electric car, which was good, but it wasn't integrated, because the electric car, where do you get the electricity from? You have to get it from the power stations that are burning coal. Then there is the batteries that they're creating. Yes, you have to get it. So now they came out with, of course we know there is already solar panels, but they've just released, this company, and I'm sure many others will do, normal roof tiles. And the normal roof tile will be the answer to our problems, because it's integrated. The roof tile is already got the electronics built in. Roofs will look the same. They're already producing normal tiles that look like slate, tiles that look like the Spanish tiles. They harness the electricity. What do you see when you come down in an aeroplane at the airport? Roofs, tiles. Wherever, whichever city, as you're landing, what do you see? Roofs. All that could be harnessing the energy. So the only thing we can do as the average man in the street is vote for the politicians that support the solar energy. Make sure that any solutions are integrated. That means it's all in your own house. You harness the sun rays, you produce the energy, you put it in your own batteries, you plug in your iPhone, and you have your own electricity. That's the best.